couple of weeks ago, but they're just getting better and better as summer's warming up. Hey, Jake.
Yes, sorry, I was just pressing some buttons to make sure we're live everywhere. But yes, hello, Dave. Yeah.
Oh, was it that quickly? Okay, did I come on too early?
I think we may possibly didn't give ourselves enough seconds just to make. It's fine. It's fine. We're learning. We're getting better every time. So
we're getting better. Okay. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, to be honest, most of the time. How are you, Jake?
I'm grand. I'm good. Yeah, I've had a haircut, as you can see. You know,
I didn't, as you can see.
Yeah. But you've got a very good hat for the weather. So.
Sorry.
You've got a very good hat for the weather.
It's the perfect hat for the weather. Yeah, I've had to block the sunshine out with sheets of paper on the window because it just burns in here, and I've got a wee fan in the background. It has to get a little warm in here. So we've got 13 lots to do today.
Nice, yeah.
So lots of whiskies and rums and that to give away today. I've had a look through what's available and what's coming up, and I see when I wrote the list out yesterday that 2 of them have already sold out. So the Hibiki, if you were looking for the Hibiki 21-year-old, unfortunately, snooze, you lose, and that's already sold out. And the Oliver Squared, 23-year-old Dominican vintage rum, that's also just sold out this morning.
Nice, yeah.
So cool, but there's some huge bangers on there, some really big ones, some really rare stuff that you don't see an awful lot of. I must admit, there's a Laphroaig 36-year-old, still some tickets there. Old Laphroaig is always delicious. There's that 1988 Highland Park, which I love. That's just superb. I've tried that. It's absolutely spectacular. Old Highland Park from 1988.
My vintage.
Is that right?
Yeah.
1988, eh? There's a Bamor 25-year-old Feshila from 2022. So if you missed 2022 Feshila, there's that 25-year-old there. Probably the least Hazelburn's probably the least found Springbank, but there's a collection of Long Row Red, and the ones I have tried have been superb, I must admit. That's that wine cask finished peated Springbank Long Row. You don't see an awful lot of that.
That's a good one, yeah.
That's a good one, right? The complete core collection of Glen Scotia.
Yeah, sounds good too.
5 bottles of Glen Scotia. So I mean, when we're just looking down that little list there, Isla, Orkneys, and Campbelltown, that's a cracking little collection there. There's also Glen Cadam 22-year-old. That's Pedro Jimenez Sherry Butt, not just any old, Fernando de Castilla, Pedro Jimenez Sherry Butt, and a lovely little collection of Weems malts. 7 whiskies for, I don't know, was it £5 a ticket or something like that? Weems, what have we got?
Incredible stuff going on, yeah.
Yeah, £5 a ticket. And there's some really lovely stuff in there. There's a 13-year-old North British, a Port Dundas. What else is in there? Tobermory, Glenmory. Always love a Glenmory. Inchgower, you don't see an awful lot of Inchgower. Mannockmore, and a Daluen. Lovely stuff. So lots of good stuff, and a few more have just gone up this week that I noticed yesterday when I wrote the list, including 1977 Glenfarclas, 43 years old. I remember tasting my first family cask from Glenfarclas. It was a 62, I think, 2012 whiskey show. And the following year they had a 63, and I wanted it, and it was about £500 back then, and I wanted a bottle, and yeah, head and heart. Heart wanted it, head said, yeah, you got responsibilities, Dave.
I love that though, when you just like, you got a whiskey experience and you like, this was the date. This is where I stood. Yeah, you know exactly.
You remember the day of tasting some of those life-changing moments when you, but whiskey always tastes so much better at the distillery, or when the person who's making it or passionate about it telling you about it, always tastes twice as good. I think tasting it in a warehouse, when you got those aromas of the dunnage.
Absolutely, yeah. The context and
Yeah.
I find then you take that forward whenever you revisit that distillery or similar expressions, you can take it back to that time, that memory, and really contextualize it in the place and the people. And
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you definitely can. Once you've had that connection with a distillery or a person who works at the distillery and is passionate about it, that connection always comes back, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's some bangers just gone up. There's a Macallan 15-year-old exceptional cask. There's 29-year-old Springbank from Master of Malt. An
yes,
18-year-old Yamazaki.
classic.
Teeling 32-year-old from the Vintage Reserve. Some of those old bottles of Irish whiskey, absolutely spectacular.
Phenomenal, yeah. Absolute award magnets, yeah.
One that's one of those distilleries that I've got a little bit of a soft spot for, an old Timor, 35-year-old Timor, right at the top of Speyside, one of the prettiest model distilleries. I think it's quite a pretty looking distillery, and a complete collection from the Isle of Jura, the Jura Whisky Collection, 6 bottles. So their core range and a couple of specials in there as well. Their 212 collection.
Is that up to, is it 21-year-old in there?
It's what have they got? 21-year-old, 18 and the 21-year-old. So 21-year-old is the tide that looks like the bottle's been sandblasted. Looks like it's been rolled around in the tide, coming in and out of the tide. There's
essentially no end of absolutely incredible stuff up for grabs still currently, and a few, of course, sold out already. So
yeah, there is an awful lot of stuff there. Yeah.
Shall we get cracking with some winners for today?
Yeah, let's do that. So I thought we'd start with a distillery that I've certainly visited, Aberfeldy. The Aberfeldy Distillery, a collection of 3. So there's a 15-year-old, 2 15-year-olds, and an 18-year-old. This is their experimental series of whiskies that they've done with wine casks. So there's a 15-year-old white wine cask finish, a Cadillac white wine, a Napa Valley, 2 Napa Valley red wine casks finished, 1 15-year-old and 1 18-year-old. Just £5 a ticket, sold out quite quickly as well. So other people are into this. Are you ready with that wheel, young Jake?
I'm ready with that wheel, yeah.
Ripper. Let's pull that up there. There we go. Let's pull the winner.
Everybody, let's go for it. Neil B.
Congratulations, Neil. That little collection of Aberfeldy whiskies will be winging its way to you as soon as we can pack it up and get it out there. And don't forget to send those photos. I see a load of new photos have just come up. Oh, I forgot to put the screen up, didn't I? I see some new photos come up. They're always lovely to see the winner. Some of you really put an effort in there dressing up. Tuxedos in there. Wow. Always walk around.
See it.
Good. Yeah, we want to see more pets. Dogs in hats, cats in jackets, especially cats. Cats and dogs. I want to see them in the pictures as well. Anyway, thanks for sending those pictures in. It's always lovely to see your happy faces. Okay, up next, I have got a Lagavulin, a 14-year-old. This is from the Isla Jazz Festival 2022. Matured in American oak, and this has been finished in brandy seasoned casks. So I've not tried this. I've not had any cognac brandy seasoned casks. So
no,
tell me what it's like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoever picks this winner, let's pick a winner, shall we?
Yes, please. Yeah, and do tell us.
Get that wheel up.
I'm so intrigued. Right, let's go. Philip M. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Philip. You like it smoky.
Nice. So yeah, Aberfeldy and Lagavulin. That is a pretty strong start. What have we got next, Dave?
Well, there's a lot of golf on at the moment, apparently. I don't know much about golf, but I hear people talking about golf. I always told that golf is like a good walk ruined.
Yeah, we're not the golf experts here.
We're definitely not the golf experts. But these are a couple of Loch Lomond bottles here. So 2 bottles from 2023 and this year, 2024. Open course collection. And some golf courses named here. I have no idea anything about these, but they're
I can't help you. I'm sure someone at Master must know something about golf.
Someone must know. Golf and whiskey.
Not us.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've never played golf. Never. My dad used to play a bit of golf a long time ago, or go down the driving range. I think I've been down the driving range with the kids a long time ago when we used to have one just across, not so far away from here, but that's now a housing estate, the driving range. It's all gone.
I think I've watched Happy Gilmore and I've heard of Nick Faldo, and that's the extent of my golf knowledge.
Excellent. Gilmore, hey? It's gone right over my head, Jake, already.
Say what you like about Adam Sandler, but Happy Gilmore, that's a stone cold classic.
As you notice, we're not golf fans here. Let's pick up this one, because lots of you were.
Yes, so let us get this wheel going. Yannick B, congratulations. You got the Open Course Collection.
The Open Course Collection. Yeah, I'm not a fan of golf, but I'm a fan of Loch Lomond. It's a cracking distillery. Well worth a visit if you can get into it. It's not got a visitor centre, but some whiskey clubs have been able to get tours around it, and it is a unique distillery, I'd say, in Scotland.
Yeah, really interesting. We were talking about the one pour and sip recently. I think I'd liken it to like a Willy Wonka factory, just the different styles and way that they can set their production up. Different cuts and different types of stills, and the fact they make grain on site as well, so they can do
I can do so much.
The only single distillery that can actually do a blended whiskey, I think, in Scotland still. Very interesting place.
Yeah, there was another. Ben Nevis had made grain for a little while, a long time ago. They did both. There was a few distilleries that did both back in the day, but this one was set up. When did they start making grain? In the 90s, wasn't it? Self-sufficient. That was the idea, wasn't it?
Indeed. Sorry, I was just getting the next wheel ready.
No worries. Okay, what do we got next? We have a lowland distillery from the Whisky Sponge. So it's an independently bottled, always well sought after when they're listed. This is a Bladnoch, which is a lowland distillery down near Wigton in south west of Scotland in the lowlands there. I went past it once, never got into it. I think it was closed when I was up there the last time, so it has had a history of going up and down. But this is a 34-year-old single cask from 1990. It's Whisky Sponge edition 90. Just a few bottles of them, an awful lot of bottles. There's 50 of these bottles, cognac bottles. Let's pick a winner.
There we go. Right. Best of luck, everybody. Graham Y. Congratulations.
Why, Graham? Why?
Congratulations,
Graham. Yeah.
That's a nice bottle.
Yeah.
I always say that. I quite often after each one, I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. They're all good ones. They really are.
They're all great. There's nothing.
That is that's a treat, that one.
Yeah. As is the next one.
Let me start getting that ready then.
It's another independently bottled whiskey. This is a single cask from Hunter Lang. It's a 24-year-old Aaron from 1998. Refill hoggy, so distillery character in abundance. It hasn't been masked by big sherries or anything like that. You can see that lovely golden colour, no natural colour. Only 243 bottles, and this was bottled at cask strength as well. So it's as it come. Put it through the tea strainer, stop all the big lumps of wood getting through. It will be distillery character from early Aaron. It's exactly what you want to be, or what I want to taste. I mean, it just gets sort of tropical fruits that come through ordinarily, and hopefully a little bit of that sort of coconutty taste which comes through sometimes, but normally lots of pineapple, those sort of
always
overripe
takes
pineapple.
me to like a sand duney place with some tropical bits. Yes,
we both want one. This one. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's pick a winner. Excited.
We're jealous.
Always excited by single cask Arons. Yeah.
Okay, and away we go. Scott C. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Scott. That's a lovely 24-year-old Aaron. If it's we bottled, as Boutique Whiskey have bottled some beautiful old Arons, and they always delight. Even younger ones have always delighted, I must admit. We've got a big collection coming up here. This is a bit of a collection. Look at that. 5 bottles from Kilchoman. I always call them the 95th distillery, because they're part of my spiel about the 95 established single malt distilleries. It's the newest distillery, 2005, but that was a long, long time ago, because there was another 45, I think. There were 2 distilleries started in 2005 before you slap me around the back of the head. But the other one never spoke about whiskey for a long, long time. So Kilchoman was out to talk about whiskey immediately, but Daft Mill didn't want to talk about whiskey until they were ready. A true farm distillery, both of them farm distilleries. But this is was the newest distillery on Islay. It's no longer its old hat now. But
isn't it? You've got to catch yourself being like, this new distillery. It's like, no, they've been around for yonks. They know what they're doing. They've got proper age statements and well established. There's much younger kids on the block. Yeah.
Some very much younger kids on the block these days. Yeah, but this is a whole collection of their core range. They're very popular. They've got a big fan base. This distillery, always a great day out when you go to Feshila. Pop over to the distillery. There's always a queue of people, like everywhere. But great day out. Floor malting. I remember doing a bit of floor malting there, moving things around once. Anyway, let's pick a winner.
Make some malt angels.
Nice. Grain gets everywhere.
David L. Nice. Whole collection of Kilchoman.
Congratulations, David. What a lovely little collection that is.
Yeah, fantastic stuff.
We've got a little collection of rum. So all the collections coming up right there. A couple of collections coming up. We've got a little collection of rum coming up next from another independent bottler, well-known Samaroli. A rum collection, 4 different rums from them, from Barbados, a Jamaican rum, from Panama, and Guyana, I would guess, Demerara rum. I guess that would be Guyana. Not knowing an awful lot about rum, but I've been getting better as I've been saying about it. So yes, these are all rums, again, quite popular, a very popular independent bottler. Have bottled some amazing stuff over the years, highly regarded, and whiskies and rums and brandies. They bottle lots of good stuff over the years. But here's a lovely little collection. I love the labels. The pictures look great on the labels. I do like colourful labels. But let's pick a winner.
Alrighty. Best of luck. WPN.
Congratulations.
I don't think there's a good way of pronouncing 2 consonants.
No, Add your own barrel in the middle, maybe. I don't know.
But yes, that is a wicked little collection of rums from, as you say, a bit of an iconic bottler, really.
They are. They've been around a long time, haven't they? They are an bottler. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, where should we go? Another independent bottler. The indies are doing well today. Another old independent bottler, Gordon MacPhail, up there in Elgin. This is a 31-year-old Balblair, the Highland distillery of Balblair, up there on the east coast. 1991 single cask, just a refill American hoggy. So distillery character once again. If this isn't full of bananas, it does have a lovely banana-y estery flavor profile, Balblair. Certainly the younger ones that we've bottled that have been in ex-bourbon casks. This will be a much more refined, more of a banana cake, I would have thought, coming through here. Banana loaf.
Sounds all right, doesn't it? Banana bread.
Yeah, it sounds.
I thought you were going to say, if this doesn't taste of bananas, I'll eat my hat, and then you sort of backpedaled. Quite like this hat, actually.
I like this hat. Yes, it doesn't feel very tasty, I must admit.
No, I couldn't manage a whole one.
Should we pick a winner? Let's pick this.
Yeah. Bring in the wheel. Okay. Let's go. Robert James C. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Robert. What a lovely little bottling that should be. Yeah, I would love to have tried that one. Absolutely. Single cask. You can't try them all.
There are more single casks than Pokemon in the world. You can't get around them all. It's
And we've got another single cask, independently bottled. We're going back to the Whisky Sponge here, Westy Sponge here. This is a Springbank, the always sought after Springbank, a 24-year-old from 1991. It was their third edition of the Westy Sponge, distilled in 1999. This was matured in a first fill sherry butt for 24 years before being bottled at cask strength. Yeah, always very popular, these Springbanks. I just always banging on about Springbank, how they did everything by hand. A great workplace, as a community workplace. It is always to support the community. I think they were the first distillery that actually paid the living wage long before, and it was always about supporting a community. When the sort of whiskey industry sort of fell apart in the community, they were there to hold it all back together. So yeah, I have a lot of, and they run a great whiskey making school there. So many people, friends, have been on to that and just rant and rave about it. Yeah. Anyway, rabbiting on far too much, practicing lyrically. Let's find out.
Rightly so.
Has won this 24-year-old Springbank.
Fingers crossed for everyone here, because this is, like you say, pretty awesome. Number one, it is David P. Congratulations.
Congratulations, David. Lovely stuff. Look at that. The next one is a little bit newer. This is a new one. This is released output this year, isn't it?
Yes.
Did you try this one? Did you go to that?
I did not. I know Adam went to the launch. Yeah.
So this
is
a little
next to large flower sculptures and.
Yes, I did see some of the pictures of the launch. This is a 23-year-old Glenmorangie in conjunction with a sculpture, is it? A botanical sculpture. So it's one of Dr. Bill's inspirations. They used to do these annual releases, didn't they? They used to do the was it the private collection or something years ago. But yeah, this is a new one. Azuma Makoto whiskey is a sculpture. And it was inspired by a morning stroll through the Highlands, and the conversation it sparked about the Japanese concept of Shinra Bansho. I don't know anything about that. I know a bit about Kanban and some sort of Japanese concepts there, and Sigma 6, and yeah, those sort of Kaizen and all those sort of things back in the manufacturing days. But I don't know anything about this. But I think the sculpture chose botanical plants and flowers to represent the tasting notes here, which shows all over the bottle. And 23 years old. Chardonnay white wine casks have been used, and some Burgundy wine casks. And Dr. Bill loves his wine as well, and loves putting some whiskies into wines. So yeah,
we should fill in more of the gaps for you there. But this is, again, I'm not fully up to speed with this, but I do remember it being released recently, and I did hear very good things for a number of people. So
yeah, love to try it. I must admit, I used to get invites to these things a long time ago, but not so much these days. A jockey hat on, but this sounds fascinating. I must admit, everything I've tasted that Dr. Bill has put in some of these wine casks, these big sweet wine casks that he's put in the past, have always been delicious. So yeah, I would love to try this.
Well, someone will be.
Let's pick a winner.
Let's find out who.
It's just £7 a ticket. This was, but Jake, £7.
Christopher C.
Congratulations, Christopher. Tell us what do you think of it? I'd love to hear it.
We both clearly need a little.
I need a drample.
Well, that, but just a bit of info on it. I think we should know more. But
I need a drample of it. I do need.
I'll look it up in a minute.
Yeah,
certainly would love to know your thoughts.
I'm going to check. Should I check online? See if I can order one. Okay, up next, big one, big one. We're coming up to the last big three. I have tasted
big ones coming up, don't we? Yeah, goodness.
Yeah, I have tasted this one. It is spectacular. I do love old Benromach. So this is liquid that would have been laid down before the distillery was mothballed and taken over by Gordon MacPhail. So they had old stock maturing in their warehouses, which they can draw upon to release these huge age statements every now and again. And they've done some 30-year-olds and 35-year-olds and now the 40-year-old. And this was released in 2022, and this is their second batch of it. It is absolutely spectacular. This is old school Speyside whiskey, that Benromach from the olden days, and very little of it about, unfortunately. This was a £10 ticket. It's over £2,000 a bottle. There is very little of it about, if you know the Benromach story. It's delicious. Yes, absolutely. Enjoy, whoever wins this one. Good luck. Seriously.
Special stuff. Very best of luck. Let's go. Spot C. Congratulations. That is awesome.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is awesome. I do love those old Benromachs. I've been very fortunate to have tasted a few of them these days. So, special stuff. Some Macallan. What's a Master of Malt competition without a Macallan or an Ardbeg? It's always one or the other in them. Always highly desirable. Disappear pretty quickly, these tickets. This is for a collection of 2 Macallans from their Folio 5 and Folio 6 bottlings. I love the little sketches on the labels here. Whiskey and art goes together. This was £12 a ticket, and it sold out pretty big quickly. Always, Macallan, most desirable, one of our first labels as well as an independent bottler.
Of course, the curiously small stills.
With the curiously small stills, indeed. There we go. Okay, let's pick a winner of this one. Are you ready with that wheel? There you are. Look, you're on fire, Jake.
Got it sussed. Right. 3, 2, 1.
Good luck.
It's Ziad A.
Congratulations.
Massive congratulations. Yeah.
Macallan collector. There's lots of them out there.
Yeah. Well, at least they just became one if they weren't already.
Yeah. Oh, it's an expensive hobby.
Yes. Well, not too bad when you get 2 for 12 quid.
All right. Okay, the last one is a really big one. I have been fortunate to taste this one as well.
Showing off today, Dave.
I am. Well, yeah, we work in the industry, so we do get, and I go to a lot of whiskey shows. I go to an awful lot. I used to go to an awful lot of whiskey shows, and so you get around to taste these wonderful old whiskies from time to time.
I think I have as well, but my memory is not as sharp as yours. It goes into sort of like a flavour reference bank somewhere back here, but I don't have the That's right. I was stood there in Birmingham. It was a rainy Tuesday that you're very good at.
We were talking earlier, weren't we, about some old vintage casks? Yeah. I remember tasting where I was and who I was with. There we go. Whiskey's always about the place, the people. Yeah, this is a 25-year-old Japanese whiskey from Hushu. Very, very rare, highly sought after, a truly fabulous peated. The peat softens right out. Don't be afraid of those big peaty slap. It's softened out to be really quite fruity. It's picked up hundreds of awards over the years. This whiskey, it's won the Whiskey of the Year so many times, and the World Whiskies Award and the gold medals. Yeah, it's one of those whiskies that sort of defines the Japanese whiskey coming back to life, really. Where the popularity of Japanese whiskey really grew from 2012, really took off.
Well, I think it was just sort of the international recognition, really, as much as anything, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which has obviously only gone in one direction since and made it harder and harder to get hold of. But
absolutely, yeah. I remember someone couldn't even find any of it in Japan. I'm very disappointed. You could find it easier here than you could in Japan. But we've all heard those stories, and a successful distillery all of a sudden just can't keep up with the demand. Anyway, this was our big ticket. It was a £20 ticket. Quite popular here as well. It's what, over £4,000 a bottle to buy one of these. There's not much of it around. Should we find that lucky winner today?
Bring that wheel in, Dave. We've got it ready.
Aye.
It is. Okay. So for the final time, very busted luck, everyone. And here we go.
Aye, fingers crossed for you.
AJS. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, big
congratulations, my friend. That is. I've said like the last 3 or 4 on Mega, but they've sort of been like ascending as I suppose that's how it works.
I thought we'd finish all the big hitters out the park. Yeah.
It's just incredible, some of these bottles or some of these collections.
Yeah, they're all good ones. As you say, looking at the list, we were talking earlier that the 3 big ones at the top there, Laphroaig, Highland Park, the more big ones. But then again, you've got a Glen Scotia collection. You've got the Wings collection, 7 whiskies for a £5 ticket. Some great stuff. And if you were born in 1977, there's a Glenfarclas 43-year-old going in a couple of weeks' time.
Well, I was saying, I think some of the emails we were writing, I looked at, and even if you don't have a connection to 1977, you do, because it's the year Star Wars came out, so that is very special to everyone's heart.
Right, I've still not seen it, Jake.
I forget this about you. That's crazy.
I managed to miss it all.
You missed the first one, and you're like, I'm not going to dip back in. I've missed the boat.
I can't remember the last time I actually turned the television on.
Well, there's a lot to be said for that as well. So
It's a much happier. I just listen to the music. Yeah.
sounds pretty good. Well,
1977.
massive congratulations to all our winners, and thank you, Dave, for doing most of the work. I'm just sort of lining up wheels here, but I've had fun.
Yeah, don't forget to send those pictures in. We love to see your happy, smiling faces, especially.
Definitely.
And yeah, open it. Tell us what you think of it. I hope you're happy with your prize. We definitely want to see you drinking them, because whiskey is there for enjoying and sharing with your
And a
friends.
lot of the pictures, I don't think we say that very often, but it's true. A lot of the pictures come in with people having cracked these bottles open, and that's fantastic. I mean, yeah, absolutely, it's what it's for.
Yeah, congratulations to our winners. Sorry if you didn't. There can only be one winner for each, unfortunately. But there's some more competitions coming up, and there's raiding the warehouses or dusties at the back. I'm sure there's lots of new stuff coming out. Every time I look at it, I go, whoa! Every time I look at the new stuff coming out, and I'm sure there'll be more stuff coming out listed this week. I'm sure certainly before the next one, there'll be a few more bottles going up. So always check masterofmalt.com. Head to the competitions page to see what's still available.
Keep them peeled. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Lovely to see you, Jake.
And you, always.
And I'll see you next week, hopefully.